So we are translating here an etiquette, the etiquette with the Guru, written in the Yoga Inbound manual, and here with the note from the writers. These recommendations given here are not developed by the author, by Srila Gurudeva, but are included because they are fundamental for the establishment of a relationship of service with the spiritual master. They should be considered of a great importance and to be studied with senior devotees. There could be some other specification according to the necessities of the Guru, his state of health and other varieties. In order to get to know them, to get a major information about it, you can establish a communication with his secretaries. So the disciples always have to look at the spiritual master on an absolute level, like Krishna himself, because he's his representative. The pleasing of the Supreme Personality depends on the service which is offered to the pure devotee. That's why everything which has something to do with the spiritual master, like the things with which are his own or with which we worship him, they should be most respected and adorable object. To have an adequate etiquette with the Guru is very important, because if we do not follow this, we can commit Guru Aparat. This is an offense against the spiritual master, and this can ruin completely our spiritual life. There are two aspects of Guru: Vapu, his physical body, and Vani, his instruction. About this, Srila Prabhupada have explained to his disciples. The most important relationship with the Guru is to follow his instructions, Vani. But one should never be negligent to his personal attention, Vapu. Without no doubt, for the spiritual master, it's very difficult to be able to teach his disciples the corresponding etiquette in relationship with him, because an advanced devotee, he's not expecting any kind of recognition, prestige, or personal attention from the others. He just wants to be servant of all the living entities. That's why he has started this mission. When Srila Prabhupada mentioned, when he started his mission, Srila Prabhupada mentioned to his disciples that the spiritual master have to be worshipped like Krishna himself. And there were different reactions from their side, including some of them couldn't assimilate the instruction and they just left the movement. Srila Prabhupada, knowing the importance of the etiquette of the spiritual master, have sent some of his disciples to the ashram of Srila Gurumaharaj in India in order to learn this fundamental aspect of the spiritual life. In the specific case of the Yoga Inbound school and spiritual masters of this school, Srila Bhakti Paramadvaiti and Srila Tulanandacharya, they are incarnations of humility, simplicity, and purity. For this reason, one have to be very respectful when he's turning to them, because one can become confused with the high grade of humility, and if you do not know the importance of this personality, one can abuse the trust and the confidence which they give to everyone. As the popular proverb says, familiarity brings contempt. That's why, although the spiritual master is very simple and he gives himself very much to his disciples in a very loving way. The disciple never should take advantage or wrongly interpret this behavior, thinking that he's equal with the guru, or to treat him if he's some ordinary friend. Just the opposite. One has to learn to have some proper distance, even if the spiritual master gives full confidence to this person. In continuation, we're going to give you certain basic recommendations in this respect. One has to remember and offer reverences to the spiritual master at least 3 times a day. When the guru is met, he's physically present, you meet him, you have to offer reverences every time you see him, or when he offers his dandavats to somebody else. No doubt this have to be, you have to not do it in a public place, on a road, on the street, for example, or in some public where they're like outside people, non-devotees, because this can, if you offer dandavat in this moment, this can make him feel awkward. When one is offering reverences to the guru, he has to recite his pranam mantra. In the absence of the spiritual master, the disciple every day is praying that his guru is guiding him in the development of his service, meditating constantly on his lotus feet, and praying to receive his blessings. If one is approaching the spiritual master because the guru is calling him, he has just to follow him. And if you want to leave, you have to ask for permission, or if he needs, you go away if he needs some privacy to attend other problems or other questions or topics. One has to pronounce the name of the spiritual master with very big respect. Has to turn to him like Gurudeva, Gurumaharaj, his divine grace, etc., are equal to those. One should never imitate his voice, or neither the activities of the spiritual master in a joke. When the disciple is chastised by the guru, he should never stop looking at him like his well-wisher, because in reality the corrections and the decisions which come from the guru, their only goal is to help and to guide the disciple in his spiritual advancement. If the guru is criticized, or the holy scriptures are criticized in front of one, he has to leave this place and to go away immediately from the person from whom these critics are coming. One should not make some unpleasant sounds like speak in loud voice, etc. in the front spiritual masters. When the spiritual master is speaking personally, one should not have conversations next to him, which can produce some disturbance. One should not step on the garland, the bed, shoes, or the asana, neither the shadow, the spiritual master. Like in brackets here, the shadow is considered a manifestation of the subtle body. Includingly, one should learn to see the personal things and the paraphernalia of the guru like objects of adoration, the diya. A very beautiful example of this feeling we can find in Bharata, the senior, no, just the brother of Lord Ramachandra. He took his sandals of Lord Rama and put them on the throne and worshipped on the throne and worshipped them and governed his kingdom in his name while Rama was in exile. All the places, all the utensils of the Guru, they should be maintained very clean, punctual, like the room, cushions, books, etc. One should not expose himself, like expose in any way, some kind of superiority in front of the spiritual master, in brackets, for example, to show how good he knows the scriptures or some other specific topic. Because if one does not develop submission, humility in front of the Guru and Vaishnavas, the disciple cannot reach the platform of pure love to Sri Krishna. One should not give orders to the spiritual master, but follow those which he gives, because precisely that's the reason why one is accepting a guru, to receive his instruction and to be illuminated by him. One should not suffocate the spiritual master, like one should respect his space. If one wants to speak with him, he can write on a paper the topic in some concise form and to give it to the secretary. In this way, he can understand much easier the topic and to try in the adequate moment to call the person and to talk personally. Many people want to give food to the Guru, but sometimes they just give sweets with sugar, with refined products and other food which is not healthy. This should be tried to be not to be done. The most convenient way is always to present yourself in front of the spiritual master in devotional clothes. If this is not possible, one should have adequate cloth which is clean. Regulations about the etiquette with specific context in the lectures. Before the spiritual master is starting to give the class, his secretary or some representative should announce to everyone in the temple that he's going to give a lecture, that they have to immediately go to attend it, because he should not be interrupted when he has already started it. One has to make ready the Vyasasana, this is the seat of the Guru, the cushions for the senior devotees, sannyasis, maharanis, the mic and like other sound or microphone equipment, the book for the class, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, or Charitamrita, the small table which is for the or small chair for the book, song book, flower garlands, which is given to the offered before the start of the class, some tea or water, handkerchief for like if needed, musical instruments, harmonium, kartas, mridanga, charango. While the Guru starts to give class, one should, before he starts, one should have a bhajana. The moment he's entering, the bhajan should be over because the conference is starting. One should play musical instruments only if you can do it correctly, not to start speculating in front of spiritual master or the deities. In the moment when the Guru has started the lecture, one should stop trying not to go in, get out, move, very much not to disturb. That's why it's nice at the front of in the entrance to have some person who is working like a receptionist, who can accommodate people, etc. In the lectures, there should not be small children, because for them there should be another parallel program directed from the Matajis. One should not interrupt the lecture with commentaries, questions. For this, the spiritual master gives an adequate time at the end. One should give related questions with the topic, and questions which are for general benefit of everyone. In the prasadam, the most appropriate is to serve simple foods to the spiritual master without too much spices. Better to be prepared with organic and fresh ingredients. Sometimes devotees cook for Gurudeva, make too many things or very exquisite. They have to remember that it's very important to think about the quality of the food and the benefit which it's giving to him. The prasadam should be served in adequate temperature. The secretary of the Guru should offer him clean water, something to dry himself, and this is before and after the food. When the Guru have people invited from outside, like guests or devotees, they should also be served simultaneously with him with the same good prasadam quality as it is served to him. One should not eat before the Guru. And if the Guru doesn't eat, the disciples also fasting. Or if the Guru is not giving some indications, like, for example, the senior devotees, children, like senior devotees in sense, old people, women with children, two small children, sick ones, they are not obliged to fast. In the festivals, for the question of the organization, sometimes the prasadam is served to devotees before the Guru have started to eat. In this case, one should consult with him what's the most appropriate way, how he desires to have the things, and to prepare the organization in an appropriate way. As it is explained in the song Guru Ashtaka, the spiritual master feels himself very pleased when the devotees are fed with the Bhagavad Prasadam, because this food for the devotees, that's why the food should always be of good quality and big quantity. If the remnants of the Guru are going to be distributed, they are considered by the Shastra like Maha Prasad. This should be made when he has finished his food and without disturbing his comfort. One should never also distribute his remnants in front of him. How to offer reverences? The way to offer reverences to the spiritual master is written in this way. The Ashtanga Pranama, this is full reverence with 8 parts of the body. These are the hands, like the arms, the feet, the knees, the chest and head. and also at the same time we have to do it with our eyes, mind, and speech. And one should realize the Panchanga Pranama, the 5 places. This is for the women. This is with knees, arms, head, speech, and intelligence. That's why there are 2 types of references which are given in the time of puja, adoration. Here is explained that the women are not obliged to make full reverences with the full body on the ground. They just do the Panchanga Pranam. In the relationship with this verse, Sanatana Goswami explains in the commentary that the reverences should be offered with eyes slightly closed. Hands should touch in meditation the lotus feet of the Lord. The head should be inclined like to back, no, to down, sorry. And the mind should meditate in offering your life to the Lord and his representative, the spiritual master. If one is not praying, making Dandavat Pranams, reverences, like praying to be good enough to offer his body, mind, and soul to the spiritual master, this will be just a physical exercise and not a feeling in the heart. While one is on the floor, one should meditate when he's in front of the body on the lotus feet of the spiritual master. How you pay obeisances, like directly, centrally, pointing at the spiritual master, his lotus feet. To the deities, one is offering with the left side, turning the left side of the body towards the deities, and the right side towards deities, one is offering to the demigods, like Brahma and Shiva. Guru Puja, adoration to the spiritual master. Here, quote is given from Sanatana Goswami from Hari Bhakti Vilas 434. The one who first worship Gurudeva is worshipping me, is reaching all perfection. The puja, adoration, realized in other way, do not bring any kind of fruits. The Guru Puja is the ceremony in which the disciple has the opportunity to make an offering to the spiritual master, glorifying him with prayers, with songs, offering flowers and Dandavat Pranams to his lotus feet. In the temple, one should make a ceremony of Guru Puja at least once in a week in front of a photography of the spiritual master, and when he is physically present, one should pray so he permits the realization of this kind of auspicious ceremony. Vyasa Puja, celebration of the birthday of the spiritual master. This is the adoration of the spiritual master on the day of his appearance. Puja means adoration, and Vyasa is referred to the incarnation of Lord who appeared like 5,000 years ago to compile the Vedic literature. The worship of the Guru is the worship of Srila Vyasadeva, because the spiritual master is the sincere representative of the truth. Sometimes it can happen, it can come a question, why he should be worshipped with so much opulence or the feeling of majesty. And he looks outside just an ordinary person, to which the Supreme Personality of Godhead is giving his reply. Acharyam mam viyanyam nava manyeta karhichit namartya budhya suyeta sarva deva mayo guru. The Supreme Personality said, one should understand that the spiritual master is equal to me. No one should envy him or believe that he's an ordinary person, because the spiritual master is the sum and total of all the demigods. In this respect, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains that the spiritual master should be honored in the same way like the Supreme, because he's the most confidential servant of the Lord. This auspicious day of Vyasa Puja is opportunity to worship him and to meditate on him all the time. On this day, one should keep fasting till 12 in the day, and to utilize all his time to remember him, offer him reverences, make Guru Puja, sing songs in glorification, and make lectures in relationship with this topic. In reality, any adoration or offering which is made to the spiritual master is insignificant in comparison with everything what he has given to his disciples and to the humanity. Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasadu, yasya prasadam nagatih kutopi. By the mercy of the spiritual master, we receive the blessing of Sri Krishna. Without his grace, we cannot make any kind of spiritual advancement. Washing the feet of the Guru. During the Guru Puja, if the Guru gives his mercy, one can wash his feet with water from roses, with yogurt and honey. The bathing of the feet should not be too long. That's why the most should be indicated. Some sannyasis, senior devotees should do it. One should dry then the feet with clean some textile or something, which is only for the spiritual master. And when the ceremony is over, the arati, one should offer reverences to the Guru, and after that the devotees can sit and listen to his instructions. Pranams. This mantra should be sung during offering of reverences to the spiritual master. Shri Guru Pranam. Om Agyanati Mirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I was born in the most dark ignorance, but my spiritual master have opened my eyes with the torch of transcendental knowledge. To him I offer my most humble, respectful obeisances. Shri Paramadvaiti Pranati. Namom Vishnu Padaya Divya Gyana Pradayane Srimate Paramadvaiti Swamini Nyashi Rupine Sharanagata Bhakti Vyashuddha Bhakti Vidaine Vishuddha Bhakti Siddhanta Dharadharani Shevine. I offer my most respectful obeisances to his divine grace, Srila Bhakti Lok Paramaditi Swami Maharaj, who is in the form of a sannyasi, is traveling around the world giving divine love, Shuddha Bhakti, to the surrendered devotees in the line coming from Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati through Srila Prabhupada and Srila Sridhar Maharaj. Srila Harijan Swami Pranati. Nama Krishna Pranam Parama Prishtaya Patita Vatsalatmane Vimala Tattva Dhiratma Harijanayate Namaha. I offer my most respectful obeisances to his divine grace, Srila Bhakti Bimala Harijan Maharaj, who is very much loved by Lord Krishna and very compassionate to the fallen souls. he is very firmly situated in the Siddhanta, in the pure Vaishnava Siddhanta. Srila Atulananda Pranati. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Atulananda Acharya Iti Namine. I offer my most respectful obeisances to Srila Atulananda Acharya, who is very dear to Lord Krishna, because he has taken the refuge at his lotus feet. Srila Prabhupada Pranati. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shrunyavari Pashatya Deshatarine. I offer my most respectful obeisances to His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, who is very dear by Lord Krishna, because he has taken refuge or taken shelter at his lotus feet. Our most respectful obeisances to you, O spiritual master, servant of Saraswati Goswami, who you very very wonderfully or very mercifully is preaching the message of Lord Chaitanya Deva and liberate the Western countries, which are full of impersonalism and nihilism.